So our focus this week is on the February 28th due date for the submission of the employer's returns, or Form 2. Now, why are employers required to do this? Section 61 of the Income Tax Act, Chapter 8101, it says, every person shall, on or before the prescribed date in every year of assessment, prepare and submit to the Commissioner General a return containing the names and places of residence of all persons employed by them during the year immediately preceding, the payment and allowances made to those persons in respect of their employment, including the gross NIS contributions, and the total amount in taxes deducted for the preceding year. Now, the Income Tax Act states clearly that this information must be submitted at a prescribed date in the prescribed format. And that prescribed date is usually February 28th of every year of assessment, which is our current year, 2024, as specified in the income tax regulations. So it means that the information about your employees that was in relation to their income and tax transactions from January to December 2023 must be submitted to the GRA on or before the 28th of February 2024. So in order to help employers comply with the correct submission of this information in the manner prescribed in the Act, the submission must be done online via GRA's Optimal Management Systems eServices platform. Now, this is a lot better than the previous system, which was manual, which required the employer to complete a declaration sheet, an Excel sheet, and a summary sheet in triplicate, and then take a trip to the GRA and stand in line, which, as we all know, has a lot of transaction costs and time, and they are sometimes error prone. But with the electronic system, it's more simplified, as, among other things, it requires the submission of one document which consolidates the employer's details, like the company name and the TIN, etc., with the employee's specifics. So there are a few steps that you have to follow when you are submitting the employer's return using the online system. And there are three basic steps mainly. You have to generate the file in the CSV format, you have to validate the file, and then you make the submission. So here's an illustration. The GRA has saved employers the trouble by creating a template of the CSV file to assist. This template is available for download via GRA's website, gra.gov.gy, in the Forms menu. Once there, scroll down to PAYE Returns applicable from 2022. Click on the subheading PAYE File Generator applicable from 2023. You then click on PAYE 2023, extract and save to your system, open the file, and fill in the relevant information about you, the employer, and your employees. It's important to note that this document is in a comma-separated value CSV file, which allows for easy transfer and access to documents containing large chunks of data. You are required to fill in the relevant information about the employer, that is, your company or agency name, business TIN, and address. Below contains information about the employees. There are a couple of important details to note when preparing the file about your employers. If an employee only has one name, enter it in the last name column. Middle names and addresses must also be correctly included. Pay frequency. This column requires you to indicate whether employee was daily, weekly, or monthly paid. These words must be clearly spelled out with no abbreviations or acronyms. Period employed requires you to specify the total number of months an employee worked with you for the year. If an employee worked for only a part of the year, then adjust accordingly using their employment, salary, and/or end dates. Employment type. This requires you to state whether the employee was either full-time or part-time. The allowable values are full-time or part-time. The value 7A column requires you to enter the total salaries, wages, commissions, overtime, or other emoluments payable for the period. Do not include any commas, full stops, dollar signs, or other separators in the number. Further, if you click on the space bar after inputting total salary, an error would show up because the space bar will be read as an additional character. The same applies to the other columns, value 7B and 7C, which applies to taxable and non-taxable allowances respectively, total income, personal allowance, employees' NIS contributions, total deductions and tax deducted. The last column, which requires the employee's date of birth, must be entered as follows: year-month-date. Once satisfied that the document is prepared, click Export to create the CSV file and save. I will now tell you how to validate the file, which is an important step before submission, and then we will go into how to submit the return. The GRA has a feature in calculators and tools on its website to assist with the validation. Once there, click on File Format Validator, select the tax type, in this case PAYE, after which you upload the CSV file. And now the final stage in the process, that is how to submit the return online. But before doing so, you must obviously have an eServices account. Now you can find out how to register for eServices by visiting our YouTube channel and checking out our Signing Up for eServices video demo. Let's now tell you, providing that you have an eServices account, how to submit the return. Go to the eServices site, eservices.gra.gov.gy, enter your login credentials, go to the Returns tab at the top, select File a Return in the drop box, select PAYE as the tax type. If you're submitting the PAYE Form 2, select Pay as you Earn Reconciliation. If it's the PAYE Monthly or Form 5, select Pay as you Earn, then the year and month. Upload the validated file, click on the Declaration checkbox to affirm that the information submitted is true and correct, then click Submit Return. And that's it. That's the simple procedure when you're submitting the employer's returns via GRA's Optimal Revenue Management System's eServices platform. Remember, February 28th, that's the due date for employers to submit this return, which provides certain particulars about employees. This is necessary because it sets the stage for the employees when they have to submit their income tax returns on or before the 30th of April in the year of assessment 2024. So it's important that you submit these returns early, and with the eServices platform, you can do so conveniently and fast and easy. But that's all the time we have for you in this week's Focus on GRA. For more information on the employer's returns and any other return submission, visit our website, gra.gov.gy. And you can also check out our social media platforms for more information. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. And we also have a YouTube channel where we provide these and other video demos.